Are You Sure? And we have a brand new episode today, but continuing with Maria from last week. Just to remind you, Maria answered 10 questions correctly from the book of Genesis. She reached the end of round 2, earning herself $50. Today, Maria is continuing in round 3 and hoping to reach all the way to the end. Maria, are you ready?
Yes.
Let's take a look at question number 1 from round 3. What did God do to help Lot? He did not destroy Sodom and Gomorrah, the cities where Lot lived. He gave Lot more land and more money. Or he sent angels to help Lot and his family flee from the burning city of Sodom and Gomorrah before it was destroyed by God.
Answer 3.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Let's take a look. That is correct. We learned from Genesis 19:15 through 16. When the morning dawned, the angels urged Lot to hurry, saying, "Arise, take your wife and your daughters who are here, lest you be consumed in the punishment of the city." And while he lingered, the men took hold of his hand, his wife's hand, and the hands of his 2 daughters. And the Lord being merciful to him, they brought him out and set him outside the city. Great job, Maria. Question number 2. What did Abraham's servant ask the Lord for concerning finding a wife for Isaac? For God to make the right wife offer water to both the servant and the traveling camels. For God to make the right wife be dressed in special clothing. For God to make the right wife offer the servant some food.
Answer 1.
Answer number 1?
Yes.
Let's take a look. That is correct. We know from Genesis 24:14, "Now let it be that the young woman to whom I say, 'Please, let down your pitcher that I may drink,' and she says, 'Drink, and I will also give your camels to drink.'" Great job, Maria. Question 3 of round 3. What evil thing did Jacob do to his twin brother Esau? Jacob tried to kill Esau to take his wealth. Jacob tried to take Esau's wife. Or Jacob tricked their old father Isaac and stole the blessing from Esau.
Answer 3.
Answer 3?
Yes.
Are you sure? Let's take a look. That is correct. Genesis 27, we are told, "So he went to his father and said, 'My father.' And he said, 'Here I am. Who are you, my son?' Jacob said to his father, 'I am Esau, your firstborn.' And Isaac told Esau, 'Your brother came with deceit and has taken away your blessing.'" Great job, Maria.
Thank you.
Question number 4 of round 3. Who did Jacob wrestle and what did he want? He wrestled his brother Esau because he wanted to kill him. He wrestled his uncle Laban because he also wanted to kill him. Or he wrestled with God because he wanted God to bless him.
He wrestled with God. He wanted God to bless him.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Let's take a look. That is correct. Genesis 32:28 and 29 says, "He said, 'For you have struggled with God and with men, and have prevailed.' Then Jacob asked, saying, 'Tell me your name, I pray.' And he said, 'Why is it that you ask about my name?' And he blessed him there." Great job, Maria. Question 5 of round 3. If Maria gets this correctly, she will be moving on to round 4 of Are You Sure? Question number 5. What is the special gift that God gave to Joseph? To have and be able to interpret dreams, to play musical instruments, or to be a skillful hunter?
Answer 1.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Let's take a look. That is correct. Genesis 37:5 through 6 tells us, "Now Joseph had a dream, and he told it to his brothers, and they hated him even more. So he said to them, 'Please hear this dream which I have dreamt.'" Great job. So Maria has answered 15 questions correctly, making it through the end of round 3 and earning $75. Let's move on after the break with Maria in round 4 of Are You Sure? Welcome back to Are You Sure? And now we are starting round 4, question number 1 with Maria. Maria, are you ready?
Yes.
Let's take a look at your question number 1. After Joseph was rising in authority in Egypt, what ended up happening to him? He got sick and wasn't able to work for Potiphar anymore. He lost faith in God and became very sad. or he was wrongly accused by Potiphar's wife and thrown back in jail?
Answer number 3.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Let's take a look. That is the correct answer. So in Genesis 39, 19 through 21, we are told, "So it was, when his master heard the words which his wife had spoken to him, saying, 'Your servant did this to me,' that his anger was aroused. Then Joseph's master took him and put him in prison, a place where the king's prisoners were confined." Great job, Maria. Question number 2 of round 4. What did Joseph, through the help of God, interpret Pharaoh's bad dreams to mean? That Egypt would be destroyed, that Egypt would be overtaken by another strong country, or that Egypt would have 7 years of prosperity and 7 years of famine, and they needed to start preparing now.
Answer number 3.
Answer number 3?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Let's take a look. That is correct. We know from Genesis 41, 28 through 30, "This is the thing which I have spoken to Pharaoh. God has shown Pharaoh what he is about to do. Indeed, 7 years of great plenty will come throughout all the land of Egypt, but after them 7 years of famine will arise." Great job, Maria. Question 3 of round 4. Who speared Moses from being killed and pulled him out of the water? Miriam, Pharaoh's daughter, or an angel?
Pharaoh's daughter.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Let's take a look. That is correct. We know from Exodus 2:5, "And the daughter of Pharaoh came down to wash herself at the river, and her maidens walked along by the river's side. And when she saw the ark among the flags, she sent her maid to fetch it." Great job. Question 4 of round 4. What happened to Pharaoh's army when they followed Israel through the Red Sea? They fought amongst each other, they became fearful, or they drowned?
They drowned.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Let's take a look. That is correct. We know from Exodus 14:28, "The water flowed back and covered the chariots and the horsemen, and the entire army of Pharaoh that had followed the Israelites into the sea. Not one of them survived." Great job.
Thank you.
Now this is the 5th and final question of round 4. If you get this right, we're reaching the final round. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. According to Exodus 16:2, where did the children of Israel complain against Moses and Aaron? In the governorate, in the city, or in the wilderness?
In the world. In the what? Wilderness.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Let's see. Yes, that is correct. Exodus 16:2 tells us, "And the whole congregation of the children of Israel murmured against Moses and Aaron in the wilderness." Congratulations, Maria. You are moving on to round 5. Please come back after a short break, and we have 5 more questions in round 5 for Maria. If she gets these correctly, she will get all the way to the end of her program of Are You Sure? Please come back.
Dream of the Pharaoh. In the first dream of the Pharaoh, he sees himself standing by the Nile River. Then 7 sleek, fat cows come up and feed in the reed grass. After that, 7 thin, ugly cows come out and stand beside the riverbank. Later, the thin cows eat up the healthy ones. Can you imagine that? As the Pharaoh goes back to sleep, another dream comes. Here, 7 heads of healthy and good grain grow on a single stalk, after which 7 heads of thin and scorched grain sprout. Later, the thin heads of grain swallow up the healthy ones. What an unusual dream! Pharaoh then wakes up. Not one of his magicians could interrupt his dreams, but thanks to the cupbearer for remembering Joseph, who was able to tell the king the meaning of his dreams. Joseph interpreted, "The 7 good cows are 7 years, and the 7 good heads of grain are 7 years. It is one and the same dream. The 7 lean, ugly cows that came up afterward are 7 years, and so are the 7 worthless heads of grain, scorched by the east wind. They are 7 years of famine." He continued, 7 years of great abundance are coming throughout the land of Egypt. but 7 years of famine will follow them. Then all the abundance in Egypt will be forgotten, and the famine will ravage the land. The abundance in the land will not be remembered, because the famine that follows it will be so severe. The reason the dream was given to Pharaoh in 2 forms is that the matter has been firmly decided by God, and God will do it soon, Joseph concludes. And it all happened as we've seen in Joseph's story. Now, let's determine how Joseph interprets dreams accurately. His God is our Lord, who is mighty in power. His understanding has no limit. There is no other, and there is none like him. He made known the end from the beginning, from ancient times, what is still to come. He knows every bird in the mountains, and the insects in the fields are his. He even knows the number of the very hairs of your head. Can you imagine that? Well, it just proves that God knows everything in this world, from the simplest to the most significant thing that exists.
Welcome back to Are You Sure? Now we are starting with question 1 of round 5 with Maria. Are you ready, Maria?
Yeah.
Let's get started. Question number 1 asks, according to Exodus 16:1, the wilderness of sin is between Elam and what other place? Palestine, Egypt, or Sinai?
Sinai.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Let's take a look. That is correct. Exodus 16:1 records that the children of Israel took their journey from Elam, and all the congregation of the children of Israel came unto the wilderness of sin, which is between Elam and Sinai. Great job, Maria. Question 2. What day of the week should the children of Israel prepare what they were to bring in twice as much as any other day? The 3rd day of the week, the 4th day of the week, or the 6th day of the week?
The 6th day.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
Let's take a look. That is correct. Exodus 16:5 records, on the 6th day, they are to prepare what they bring in, and it must be twice as much as they gather on the other days. Great job, Maria. 3 questions left, Maria. You got this. Question number 3 of round 5. At what time of day are the children of Israel to eat meat? At twilight, at midnight, or at sunrise?
At twilight.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Let's take a look. That is correct. Exodus 16:12 records, I have heard the grumblings of the Israelites. Tell them, at twilight you will eat meat, and in the morning you will be filled with bread. Great job, Maria. Question number 4. According to Exodus 16:9, who was to tell to all the congregation of Israel that the Lord has heard their complaints? Nadab was to tell them, Kohath, or Aaron?
Aaron.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Let's take a look. That's correct. Exodus 16:9 says, and Moses spoke unto Aaron, say unto the congregation of the children of Israel, come near before the Lord, for he has heard your murmurings. Great job, Maria. Now this is question 5 of round 5. If you get this, you made it all the way to the end. Are you ready?
Yes.
Let's see question 5. According to Exodus 16:8, who are the children of Israel complaining against? I am, Elohim, or against the Lord?
The Lord.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Let's see the answer. That is correct. Exodus 16:8 records, and Moses said, this shall be when the Lord shall give you in the evening flesh to eat, and in the morning bread to the full. For the Lord has heard your murmurings, which you have murmured against him. And what are we? Your murmurings are not against us, but against the Lord. Great job, Maria. A huge congratulations to our contestant for today, Maria, who answered 25 questions correctly from Genesis and Exodus. She was able to win the ultimate cash prize of $200. Great job, Maria.
Thank you.
Maria!
Yay!
Thank you for joining us today on our episode of Are You Sure? Maria got all the way to the end of her program of Are You Sure? Please come back for Are You Sure on our next episode.
That's me.
اسم الله. ايه ده حلو الواد ده، انا براقباه من اول ما دخلت، ده هادي. ايه ده الله. ازيك؟ انت ازيك؟ يا لهوي ده حلو الواد ده كمان. ده هيجي معانا امتى؟ السنة الجاية؟
Hi, my name is... Hi, my name is Maria. I'm 9 years old and I'm
Welcome to today's week.